Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is Leon, your ace and only reporter for Pride in Providence, and I am pleased to have a special guest in my studio today. A hero of mine, someone I've known. Well, both of them are heroes. This is Giovanni Green.
Hi.
And this is his mom, Jeannie. We go back to
the LAC.
LAC, yes, in PAC, where
Yes, in PAC, the
Providence,
the parent group.
Parent group, yes, 504 EEP fights and everything like that.
Yes, so true, right?
Yes, exactly. So you know, that's why I'm glad you're here. And Mr. Giovanni is Mr. Movie Star here, or documentary star here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, and I am glad that a lot of people have seen my documentary now, and I'm guessing that they really like it.
Well, I've heard a lot about it. I saw it, and it was like I was blown away. I was amazed that the way it was taken, and some of the things that you were saying, and as I was saying to, and I forgot your name already, Ariana, and I can edit it. I'm not even going to edit that out. But I was saying to Ariana how, as I was watching the video, how you adapt into the world and how it's you make the world regular, and it's how we as on the outsiders, how we should get into your world and not other people get into, you know what I mean? You know, just like what's normal to you should be normal to us, and we should look at the other way around. And I am amazed at how well you came across in that film and that documentary, and of the authenticity that you had. So, and I'm gonna bounce back and forth. How did this get started?
Well, that's a great question, and this actually got started from Jeannie here. I'm from the Autism Project. I'm the training manager, and we had a grant to create videos for first responders, to train first responders. And Jeannie had participated in that, and as a kind of a byproduct Jeannie shared some of Giovanni's thoughts, but Giovanni wasn't on camera. And after that, Jeannie gave me a call and said, we need to do more specifically for communities that are underrepresented.
Okay.
And we just kind of took your idea and ran with it. And I started to Google, and I found Dr. Moore here, our documentarian, and I thought, well, surely she's not local. I have to track this woman down.
Okay, well, Rhode Island,
hop on a
local.
flight. And she was at URI, and I thought, it just felt, and I don't know if you guys feel it, it really felt like destiny. Like, oh my gosh, all the right people are here with us. And to be able to, and to have Giovanni generously share his story and be vulnerable in front of cameras and have them in your lives for what, months?
A year.
A year? To be able to tell this story, it shifts the narrative of what autism looks like and who's impacted by autism. And that's more powerful, in my opinion, than any of the tips that I can offer, or make sure you do this and this and that. The first thing we need to do is change the narrative around autism itself. And Giovanni, you did that. Jeannie, you did that. And Dr. Moore, you did that.
Well, let's talk more to Dr. McKenna Moore about how you got involved in the project and your filmmaking and what you saw as you were bringing the project together.
Well, I got an email from Ariana about the project, and she gave me a very specific scope and set of objectives, and it was about speaking directly to first responders.
Okay.
And I said, okay, that's an interesting premise. Let me go out and meet the family, and we'll see how this goes. So I showed up on St. Patrick's Day 2025 with my camera. It was freezing. And started the interview, and within, I think, 3 minutes, I fell in love with them. And I instantly knew that the story needed to be broader. I really wanted to take audiences into their lives, their lived experiences,
Right.
so that then you could really understand the consequences of the scenarios that are presented in the film. And one of the main consequences is about misunderstanding
Right.
behaviors
Right.
of those on the spectrum, and how people, if they behave inappropriately or in ways that could harm the individual, how it could sort of catastrophize and lead to very negative outcomes.
Well, I wouldn't say forget being autistic and being, behaving on a different level. I mean, just in general, people, just should, take time and learn how to deal with people on every level. I mean, in the sense, if you watch the video, just watching it, you will learn. Like I said, you go into the mind of Devani and you become Devani, and you're like, wait, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Why are you judging? Why are you?
Exactly,
Yeah.
and also, he's breaking a lot of barriers. Being black, being a young man, having autism. You're breaking boundaries, dude. So like, I can remember, when, as I can say this, I can remember when you were nothing, but you are now, an inspiration to the community, to people. And how do you deal with that? How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about that?
Yes, sir. How do you feel about being an inspiration to younger people, or people, when I say autistic, that's just a term, that's just, different,
Well, I feel great.
And you should.
I am glad that I am an inspiration to other people. It's good to know that like a lot of people like look up to me.
Okay.
And they I have autism, and well, they know a lot more about me, my common interests, what do I like to do, what do I do when I have my tics and
stimming,
my stimming, and what do I do in my free time.
My question would be, when you're stimming, that's natural to you.
Yeah,
right?
it is.
And that's a natural rhythm in the sense that some people would think that, maybe smoking a cigarette or having a cup of coffee, or, having a bath, or, whatever it takes for them to slow themselves down. Now, if how do you educate people, or how do you, but besides your personality and who you are and your smile, how do you calm people down and say, hey, listen, you're fine, it's cool, you're all right,
Well, I explain to them what kind of I would explain to them what kind of person I am, so that they don't get the wrong idea, because, well, as you probably already know, it's important to watch what you say and do to a person, because if you don't, then they'll probably then that means that person's or people are probably gonna get the wrong idea, and are probably gonna be really offended.
Well, now, in certain situations, how do you help people to relax?
How do I get them to relax? Well, I just, I guess I would tell them to just calm down a little bit.
Right. Be straight, right? It's chill out.
Just relax. Just maybe take a deep breath.
Okay.
And or just maybe you need some time to spend alone, because that does help with a lot of people.
Okay. Tell me about your experiences at Camp Wanna Go?
Camp Wanna Go again.
Oh, Camp Wanna Go
Yes.
again? Oh, that is an amazing place.
Is it?
Oh yeah, we do I think we do we swimming, we do beat on the drums, we do this arts and crafts, cooking. Like one time we made strawberry shortcakes.
Now, did you make the strawberry shortcake?
Of course I did.
Okay,
With
all right.
whipped cream and, well,
With fresh strawberries?
yeah, and like and trail mix.
Okay.
Oh, and like on the last and on the last day, like we have this like water balloon fight where we like have this like sort of like catapult like thing, and we like launch it and like the water balloon fly as far as it can go.
Now, were there people on the other side that you could aim at and splash?
Yes.
Okay. Who was your favorite target? One of the teachers?
Anybody.
Anybody that was over there?
Last year there was a kid. There was one of the other campers like had a big bucket of water, and it was chasing me around. And then I was like, you know what? It's just water, so why not just
enjoy it, right?
Yeah. So I just let him. I just let him do it. I mean, well, my shirt, of course, got extremely soaked.
Well, I mean, you can always replace a shirt. But
Yeah, I
you
mean,
can't
well,
replace
I already,
the memory right?
yeah, I already had another shirt and, well, like I think also a bathing suit.
Okay.
Too.
Okay.
And what's your favorite snack that they make? At the end.
Oh, the ocean cookie.
No, you tell me. What's your? What is it? What's your favorite camp snack?
My favorite camp snack is.
Really? You're thinking about it? I thought it was s'mores.
S'mores.
I was going to say.
I couldn't think of it.
Well, because we were thinking strawberries. We were just on strawberry shortcake.
Yes, well, that
yeah.
happens sometimes when people are talking about certain things. And then they ask me another question. I'm like, I don't know, because I just get lost in thought.
We all do.
Exactly.
We all forget about it.
It happens. It happens to everyone. Now, you were talking about there's another place that you take him, whereas as a mom, and that's another thing. I was watching, your concerns as a mom for him, and the freedom that you don't necessarily get, but that you can get and that you take when it's available to you.
Are you talking about his day program?
Yes.
Yeah, he goes to Generations. It's an adult day program. He goes there 3 days a week. But again, Camp Wanna Go Again was the first place. As a 5-year-old, he started Camp Wanna Go Again. The first place that I started to feel safe taking my kid to a place where I had to leave him for the day, with a one-to-one that I didn't know, or because everyone at Camp Wanna Go Again, no matter what their age is, they all get a one-to-one staff to stay with them through the day, and help them along through the day. And is that even for the older kids, right?
Depending on the person, but any age can have a one-to-one, but depending on their needs.
Yeah, Giovanni usually does. And as an adult, Generations was the first place.
And what age did that start at?
I believe it's 18 and up. They have 50-year-olds there.
I started there back in like April 2023.
23, yeah. And that was the first place when I got there that I realized Giovanni was going to fit in. Giovanni would be accepted, and Giovanni would thrive there, and he has made a lot of great contacts there, a lot of great experiences. He's been able to participate in a play as a main character.
I saw that.
Well, as the main antagonist.
Yes, and you did a really good job. I mean, with the practicing and everything like that.
I wasn't really. I was kind of scared a little bit because
But you got over that.
Yes, and
you did amazing.
You did an awesome job.
I even said in my documentary that maybe I overreacted.
It's okay. It's okay to give. You know what, Giovanni? You can go like this. It's called dust your shoulders.
Yeah.
There you go.
Dust
the shoulders. Okay. There you go. That's when you're telling people it's like that's how good I am.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and tell me when you go to the day thing, what do you like? And I saw a video. You have a favorite teacher there.
Meg.
Yeah.
Megan.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's an art teacher.
Tell me about Megan.
Oh, well, Megan is one of the nicest people that I've ever met in my life.
I mean, nicer than your mom? Okay, we won't have to answer that question. We won't put you on the
She
spot.
doesn't ask again.
Okay, well, she is a very kind-hearted person. Like, when I go to her class, she draws a character of whatever type of sorts, and she each gives me and everyone else a piece of paper so we can try and draw it ourselves. So it's like I do a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and.
Is that one of your favorite parts of the day?
Yeah, and while I'm in our class, I watch some whatever I want on like my Kindle or my phone, and I also like try to read a little bit.
Okay. What's your favorite book that you've been reading?
My book that I've been reading recently, it's from the Goosebumps book series called Horrorland, and it's called Monster Blood for Breakfast.
Wow. Okay, that doesn't scare you at all? Because I mean, I remember when Goosebumps was out. My kids were watching.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't really that interested in Goosebumps when I first saw it. Like back when I was like 12.
Yeah. We get those back.
Well, which is ironic because that's how most Goosebumps protagonists are. So like, I didn't like it at first because the cover looked really weird. But after like started reading most of the books, I was intrigued, and now I have a whole lot of Goosebumps
stuff.
books.
That's
and
awesome.
my goal is to read all 62 books of the original series, and then it's on to the next one.
Do you have a date you want to read them by, or you just take it?
Well, probably before the Sunday, on the Sunday, like before I like start a camp.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, Kendall, like again, back to you. What most about this whole project with Giovanni and Jeannie, drew you in and kept you? It's like as a filmmaker, I'm sure there were days there's like, you know what, this isn't working, or that's not working, or this is out of focus, or what this is. What was that drive?
Well, the drive was that there was very obviously a beautiful story to tell, but also a very complicated story where there's dynamic tension between mom and son, sometimes because the mom is concerned about the safety of her son.
Right.
The son wants to be just who he is in the world.
Right.
So there's an obvious tension there. But then there's a dynamic tension between them against the world. And it was really exciting for me that we could tell a story that would expand awareness.
Okay.
But also kind of doubling down around this theme of kindness and grace. So it wasn't necessarily about we need first responders to behave X, Y, and Z kind of way. It was like all humans need to give themselves and each other grace. And this is just one example of that. And how a lot of times we don't give ourselves grace when we really should, especially in Jeannie's case. She's very, very hard on herself. And I was always thinking, on the other side of the camera, she really needs to realize that she needs to be celebrated. Right?
Yes.
And when this film comes out, hopefully, I was thinking this when I was editing this, I said, I hope that Jeannie celebrates herself when she sees how other people respond to what an amazing mom you are to your son and the hard work that you've put in, but also how challenging it is, and also how relatable your story is, and how other people will see themselves as people to be celebrated as well. Right? So on day one, like I said, I saw that.
I do want to say Happy Father's Day. Okay, because I am a product of a single mom, and I know another special friend of mine who's watching. She's a single mom, and she's raised 3 kids. So, like I say, I always say Happy Father's Day to the moms, because if it weren't for you being half the man that some of the men in our lives should have been, okay, we wouldn't be who we are. So, going on with that, we got about 10 minutes left, so I'm going to go around the table and let you talk for 2 minutes, you talk for 2 minutes, we talk for 2
Okay.
and you can have the rest of the time.
Okay.
So what's going on next for the Autism Project? What would you like people to know?
Ooh, gosh,
how can
great
they get
question.
in contact with you? So maybe we can do another, another
Thank
show
you.
or something like
Thank
that.
you.
Follow up.
I think what I'd like people to know is actually what you just mentioned to me, Jeannie, the woman that I showed this documentary to. I was with my friend Andrea, who lives in Woonsocket, and she's African American and a person with autism.
Okay.
And so the documentary hasn't been public yet. We've shown it in little places, but it's not available. So I had my phone with me, and I said, we've got a few minutes. Can I show this to you? I'd really like you to see it. And for the last maybe 3 or 4 years, she's talked to me about underrepresentation of autism, specifically in the African American community, from her perspective.
Right.
And so we couldn't get it up on her TV, so she had my phone. So I'm not watching it. I'm facing the back of my phone, and she's watching it. And for the entire time, she keeps nodding her head.
Right.
She keeps going, yep, that is so true.
Yes,
that is so, and
yes.
she just kept, and I started to get choked up. I don't know even if she
I
knows
wanted,
that I got choked up, but it was
Right.
just like this moment where she felt herself represented on screen for the first time.
Right.
And then when it was over, and I obviously know the whole story, so as soon as I hear Giovanni talking about the kind of wrapping it up, I know it's coming to an end. And she flips my phone over, and she just looked at me and she said, "We need more of this." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm trying not to cry."
Right. We don't need
And that
tissues.
to
Okay.
me, like, to your point, Dr. Moore, it's so much more than just. And I don't mean to say just educating first responders. That's a huge priority.
Right.
But it goes even beyond that to people who've never seen themselves represented, full stop. Not just in a documentary, but ever. Finally connecting. And where do we go from here? Like, we're not at the finish line. As you said, it's one story.
This is just a start.
What's next? What's next? What's next?
Right.
Sorry, go ahead, please.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Outside of this, we're also doing a lot of work with educating professionals of all different sorts, working with families, parents, so anybody can come and connect with us.
Okay.
The next time to sign up for Camp Wanna Go Again is next summer. We're too close at this point, but for those interested, next summer, and all of our information can be found at theautismproject.org.
What I'm hearing in the common theme is, it's one thing, it's to be heard and to be seen.
Yes.
And the thing I keep saying is that I know we talk a lot about autism awareness,
Right.
but my thing is we need more autism acceptance.
Right.
It's the acceptance part. And I really didn't realize how much I thought that until the documentary, until we had our first screening, and I was like, this is not just about awareness, because I think we all know autism's out there, but it's being able to find the acceptance and the inclusion piece of it, that I always say, I feel like Giovanni should be able to not have to earn his seat somewhere, like he should be able to be part of wherever he wants to be. And that's my goal, is for him to, he is 24, but still his independence is developing, and and we're working through it. And
you're still a mom, and you're always going to be a mom.
And I'm a very protective mom.
I still protective of my kids. I don't care how they are.
The thing about stimming is Giovanni likes to stim. He loves it. In fact, it makes him feel good, and I'm the one that gets worried about when people start staring, or like we had the incident with the recording. So I don't like that. I don't want you to make a spectacle out of my kid.
It's sort of like it's like anything else, and I just say, and I don't take disrespect, but it's like if my mother saw me like, "What, you got a problem?" No offense, but it's like the black woman when it came out, I was like, "What? You got a problem? Let's talk about it. If not, then mind your business." But now the last couple of let's hear from you as we're wrapping up, Mr. Giovanni.
Yes.
Tell the public something that you would want them to know if they're coming across a person who's autistic.
Oh, good question.
If I'm coming across a person that's
if somebody comes across you and you're having a STEM moment,
I would tell them not to worry. If there's nothing wrong with me, it's not. I'm not having a seizure or a stroke. It's just something that I do a lot when I get excited, angry, or upset.
And that's your calming mechanism.
Yeah, and yes.
And for people not to assume, but to take a moment and say, just, you know, like you say, chill out. Right?
Yeah, well, I guess, well, I guess that would work.
Tell me something else. I mean, we got time.
Like sometimes I could just like
okay, do
that.
Right, and that's what everybody should do when they're upset.
Right.
That's something everybody should do. And Miss Kendall, as we're closing, tell us something about the project or something you want people to know, something that, you know, not that you missed, but, you know, something else is like, you know, if I could have just had maybe another 30 seconds or another minute or, you know, another hour.
The editing wasn't that hard.
You know, because you know, I do editing too, and it's like, you know, when you're editing, it's like, oh, wait a minute, I want that part, but it's too long, it's 5 minutes over.
So I would have loved for this film to be a feature-length film. Okay. There was so much more content, and I honestly would have enjoyed more time with the family and to be able to go even deeper, because I feel like there's always going to be so much more to learn, but I wanted to get more into the psychology of the lives of, you know, parenting on the spectrum is hard.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious, and I don't want people to watch the film and think, oh, well, you know, this is very, very easy, and some days are challenging. Right. Every day is challenging.
Right.
And so I really felt like I could have said more about the challenges that Jeannie has had to go through. I mean, the anxiety alone, I think, is a lot. And I don't think that we talk about that enough. So I think just expanding the parental challenges and the seriousness of that would be very helpful to other families going through this. But I think as it is now, I'm very happy with what we have. We have a film that serves as an artifact that brings people to the proverbial table so that we can unpack these issues. We can have workshops talking about 15 different topics, right? So we have this short film that can travel in various spaces. We submitted it to film festivals. One of the film festivals focuses on just being a mom and what that means to be a mom in the 21st century.
And I know you say hero, and honestly, I call it survival.
When you're going through it, yeah, I get it.
You know, it's just survival every day. It's, you know.
And to people, to others, it's like, when you're going through it, just like, this is what I have to do when my feet hit the floor. There's no question.
That's right.
There's no question.
No, because he's not falling through the cracks.
And everybody's, and on the outside, everybody's like, oh my God, how is she doing that?
I know. I think I see that a lot too, where parents, you know, they talk about our nervous system being in overdrive. They talk about, you know, and it's true. They talk about exhaustion, and not just from being, you know, lack of sleep. It's the mental, like the worrying, the wondering, the hoping, the, you know, wanting the best outcomes, and like even during school age, that's like the worst, I think, too.
You know, it's not so much, you don't look at it as a sacrifice, but it is a sacrifice to keep it going. You know, it's the sacrifice that you make, the choices that you make every day that you wake up and you're wondering, how is this going to affect my child first? You're not even thinking about you.
No,
know,
I just want him to be able to,
how is this going to affect my child, and how is that going to reverberate?
Yeah, I didn't make any friends in the school department at all with the fighting and the advocating, but you know what? I would do it all again.
So would I.
That's right. That's right. we did.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you so much.
It was nice to see you again, Leon.
I appreciate you saying that. I'm sure you don't say that to a lot of people.
True. Very true.
I guess so, maybe?
I'm going to take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to take that as a compliment. And again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. We're going to wrap this up and go, peace.
For millions of children, camp is a place to make memories. and new friends. For some, this experience is isolating and overwhelming.
So many of our kids get kicked out of traditional camps very early on, so parents are hesitant to send them back.
4, 5, reach up.
But at this camp, Camp Wanna Go Again, everyone is welcome.
Got on the floor, did I?
Did. Nice job, guys.
Camp Wanna Go Again is a place that welcomes people of all kinds and all ages, no matter what.
In the middle of Rhode Island's countryside is a camp designed for children and adults with autism. This camp is fun, with activities like sports, swimming, yoga, and more.
I've done cooking and had lunch.
For each activity, campers are split into groups. Every camper is surrounded by staff who care
It's in my heart. I love it.
and are trained.
We know how to work with kids on the spectrum here, and we enjoy it, and we love it.
For the camp, this level of care isn't new. More than 2 decades ago, this camp was started by the Autism Project and their executive director, Joanne Quinn. The first camp had 5 kids, followed by 10 the next year. This year's camp has over 140 adults and children, every year filled with magic.
Camp Magic is us getting to know every camper, getting to know what they need, what they want, and just making it happen.
And that level of care is felt by campers like Theo.
Would you come back again next year?
I would.
Why is that?
Because it helps me understand who I really am and how my autism works.
After spending time with campers like Theo, it's easy to see why this camp is growing. The staff's dream is to eventually buy a camp to give opportunities like this year-round.
Okay, good job.
And for Joanne, who got this camp started in 2002, it is personal. Her son, Patrick, has autism. He was just 7 years old when she started this camp. Today, his life and so many others have been changed.
The fact that my son's 29 and still has a safe place to go, and all of the other kids who started with him, and I've seen him kicked out and other kids kicked out. This is my joy juice.
And that's why so many campers and staff want to go again. Because in between every cheer, friendship, and life change,
I might become a camp counselor next year.
is a place everyone feels at home. And that is something that makes everyone want to go again and again and again.
The Autism Project is a hub of hope that supports autistic people, their families and caregivers, community members, educators, and employers to build a more neuro-inclusive community for all to be successful. It's not about change. It's about hope and growth and possibilities. Each person is successful in their own unique way. We are the ones to help them find their way and support them on their journey. Our training, social groups, adult programs, summer camp, and family support inform the community on support and inclusion. We will improve experiences at school, in the community, and now in the workforce.
At the Autism Project, I found community and I'm accepted.
I'm a better mom for my 5 neurodiverse children.
This project has made me a better mental health professional.
I am a better coach.
I'm a better parent and I'm a better advocate.
We dream for our kids for a better tomorrow every day, and the Autism Project gives us hope and tools to achieve them.
I may be a dreamer.
She's not the only one.